Hello and welcome to the tutorial of PTUI. I am Dimitri Meisterman, PhD student at University of Nantes in France. And today I will show you how to use the Pseudotime user interface, also known as PTUI. This application is linked to our paper titled Spatiotemporal Analysis of Human Preimplantation Development Reveals Dynamics of Epiblast and Trophectoderm. In this work, we have reconstructed the cell phase trajectories during human preimplantation development. You can browse our main results with the PTUI. First, you have a central area with the 2D projection of the data. In this area, each circle is a cell. You can zoom in or zoom out with your mouse wheel. Or if you use a phone, you can zoom by snapping your finger. If you pass your pointer over a cell, you have different cell annotations. I will describe these annotations further in this tutorial. On the left of the interface, you have different control. First, at the bottom, you can increase the cell size with this bar. You can add density curves on the projection, or you can make appear the trajectories inferred by the pseudotime algorithm we use, that is called Monocle 2. You can also click on a cell. By doing that, you will highlight all of the cells that were in the same embryo. If you click out of the cell, that will disable the highlighting. You can do the same with a select menu here. Just pick the embryo you want and disable it. At any step of your navigation, you can export every dynamic area in an SVG format by clicking on Export to SVG. The next feature is projecting cell annotations on the PTUI. To do that, you can click on Cell Annotation, and by default, you have the cell states that we inferred from using Monocle 2 combined to a kind of gene clustering algorithm based on correlation network called WGCNA. You have the legend on the right. Then you have the embryonic day, so the day post-fertilization of the embryo. You can easily retrieve this information just by making the tooltip appear, as the background color of the tooltip represents the embryonic day of the cell. Next, you can find another staging annotation, but this time based on morphological aspect of the embryo. The morphological staging 8C is for 8 cells. M is for morula, MC is for compacted morula, B is for blastocyst, and for our dataset, we have a more precise staging of the blastocyst. At B1, B2, the blastocyst is under compaction. Between B3 and B4, there is the expansion and the Napellucida fining, and at B5, the blastocyst is hatching. With the dissection side, you have where the cell was picked on the blastocyst. If it was on the side of the inner cell mass, it is the embryonic side. If it was on the side of mural trophectoderm, it is the abembryonic side. This work was done using 4 different single-cell RNA-seq datasets. You can retrieve them on this projection. Some embryos from Petropoulos dataset have been treated by immunosurgery to remove the trophectoderm. We have also some embryo from Fogarty dataset that were knocked out for the OCT4 gene in orange and corresponding control with Cas9 only in yellow. In the next annotation, we have the projection of the Petropoulos dataset annotated by Stirparo and collaborators. They have the following annotation: Epi for epiblast, ICM for inner cell mass, intermediate for a cell which they could not resolve the lineage, PE for primitive endoderm, TE for trophectoderm, undefined for embryo before the epiblast and trophectoderm specification, and NA for another dataset. Then you have the lineage attribution of cell by the author of each dataset, so it comes mainly from Petropoulos' paper. To finish with this part, we have the pseudotime value, which is the amount of transcriptomic changes from the root of the model. You can also see that a new panel has appeared. This panel appears for each quantitative value that have been selected, had it been for the pseudotime. In this panel, you can find violin plots that represents the distribution of the value per a qualitative value that is for us a cell annotation. You can change the qualitative value here. We retrieve the same annotation that we just saw. You have a specific tooltip when you put your mouse over a violin, with some statistics about the group. This part was based on a great d3.js library that is called distrochart.js. The next tab is the expression gene by gene. Just click on the tab and write your favorite gene. Click on the auto-completion window and push enter or click on view. If you make the tooltip appear, you have now the expression of the gene. You have a scale that you can adjust with this bar. You can make a log transformation of the expression by clicking here. Below, you have the tendency curve of expression during pseudotime by cell state. Finally, we have a table with the top 50 best genes in terms of Pearson correlation and the worst 50. If you click on one of these, you can move the view to this gene. You can download this table to a CSV format just by clicking here. If your gene belongs to a WGCNet gene cluster, that is also called a module, you will see it here. And if you click on that, you will switch to the WGCNet tab that we will see in the next part. So now we move to the WGCNet tab. You have here different modules. When you have selected one, a projection of module eigengene is performed. The module eigengene is the first component of a PCA on the expression of the module. This represents the activation of the module. Negative eigengene means that the cell does not express the gene of the module. And if the cell expresses the gene of the module, eigengene will be positive. Now we have on this table all genes that belong to this module. If you click on one of these, the view will switch to the corresponding gene tab. The score next to the gene represents the membership of the gene relatively to the module. On the last tab, you have for each cell a per-branch correlation, so you can study the proximity between cell states. You can change the reference branch here. You can find the address of the application in the description of the video. You can also find another application based on the mouse data from Prosfire and collaborators that have the same functionalities. Thank you for viewing this video, and we hope that you will enjoy playing with PTUI.